Welcome back. It's the last bank holiday of May, so I've been to a couple of car boots over the weekend. I have not been going mad with my buying because I have a crap ton of stock unlisted, so I've been relatively picky and just got a few key items. So I'm going to give you a quick roundup on those. But before that, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has donated to my Just Giving page. If you haven't seen my previous video, I'll stick a link up here. I'm raising money for Marie Curie, the charity who basically provide end-of-life support to people with terminal illnesses. I'm overwhelmed with the generosity of everyone who has donated so far, and in roughly a week, you guys, I haven't done it, you guys have donated over 300, well, I think it's nearly £350 now, so I'm massively grateful for that. So again, if you haven't seen the video before, I'm walking 20k to raise money for the Marie Curie charity. I'm aiming to try and get £1,000. Whether or not I get there, every penny counts. Go and check out the other video if you haven't seen it already, but thank you so much to everyone who has donated already. I will do a blog of it, or vlog, whatever, when I'm actually doing the walk, and I'll give a final update when it's all done. So thank you for everyone who has donated, and if you haven't, please go and check out the video. Right, quick roundup. And I've got a mixture of quite a few different random items, but there's some fairly decent profits. So I'll start off with this one, and it is a Kenzo with a very long bodied sort of sweater. So not quite like a sweater dress, but it's a very long bodied one, and the pattern on it is a mixture of print and then also actual proper embroidery. So I haven't looked at sold prices for it, but as a brand, Kenzo's pretty bloody good. So I paid, the guy wanted 5, I offered 4, and he was happy with that. So that's an absolute winner. I should at minimum be able to make £20 profit after fees, but I would have thought, considering what, I'll probably try and get way more than that. I haven't done my comps yet, but if it's not going to make me £20 after fees, it's not worth my time. So that should do it, although I haven't actually checked yet. Tools, I bought some tools. Now this is a wire stripper. If you can see there, you put the piece of wire in let's get it to focus. So as you put your wire in, it basically pulls the end of the wire off, so you've then got your piece of wire for your electricals. Now this is made by a company called, it's an American made one, Stripmaster, and that's US made, and it will do different sizes. I paid a £5, the guy wouldn't go down from that, and I bought it for 2 reasons. A, tools that are made in the USA are typically very good quality. It felt quality, and I needed a wire stripper. I've got one, but it's not very good, not anywhere near as good as quality as this. But now I'm tempted to actually sell it, because there are 2 very different price points. If I go on eBay, it looks like they sell for somewhere around the sort of £20 to £30 mark. They're a decent high quality tool. There are a handful of these on Amazon. I don't sell them on Amazon, but brand new, these are over £100, it seems, which seems ludicrous. So I'm almost unsure whether I might see how it goes, and if I really like it, I'll keep it, or if it just does a reasonable job, do I sell it on and then make the profit and then buy myself a cheap wire stripper to use? So not sure, but yeah, that's a Stripmaster made in USA wire stripper, and it's got good, I like that noise. Anyway, more tools. This looks like a normal it's a big extension block. What's interesting about this one, the bottom section here, that says surge protection only, so it's got built-in surge protection. The top bit, backup, surge power, backup battery as well as surge protection. In the back, if you pull off that cover, there's a big sealed lead acid battery. So basically this is for people who've got equipment that they need to have continually being able to be used even if there's a power cut. So basically maybe it's like computer servers or something like that, security cameras, and it basically means that if the power is cut, the battery backup will mean that whatever systems you've got on there will run off the battery temporarily. I don't know how long the battery lasts for. It's a big 12 volt sealed lead acid battery, and it means that whatever you're using is protected from the surge, but also you can continue to use it. So if you've got security cameras, for example, or computers or something, whatever that needs to be kept on, that will do it. So I had a look. I pay, again, the guy wanted 5, I offered 4. He was happy he didn't want to take it home. Looks like new. They vary around the £120 mark. Used ones seem to go for around the £35 mark. So yeah, reasonable profit there. Quite happy with that. I've got another thing which I've bought, which I paid £3 for this. At first, all I saw was the 12 volt car cigarette lighter adapter, and I just assumed, oh, it must be a like a car tyre pump. Then I turned it round, and that's so you can use your car to use a normal 3-pin plug for your house. Why would I want something like that? Because it now means that I can go and test electrical equipment at the car boot side. If I buy something, I can go back to my car. I haven't tested this yet, as long as it's working, we're good. So I can then, if for example I was buying, I don't know, anything that is electrical, I'll be able to plug it in and at least see if it powers up. Obviously I need to, it depends on, you know, I'm not going to be running a big piece of power, like DIY equipment. I don't want to drain down my battery, but just as a quick test to make sure something's working, that will get me out of trouble. So I think that is great. This is by a company called Ring. I have no idea how much they are, brand new, but I thought I've got a Ring. Again, I recognise the name Ring because I've got a electric car tyre pump, which is what I thought it was originally. So I know the Ring brand it works well, so happy with that. But yeah, for £3, as long as that's working, that means I can now do electrical testing in my car, and if there's a problem, I can go back to the person who sold it to me and say, you're talking horse shit, this doesn't work, I want my money back, in a polite way so I can get my money back. Anyway, so that was a handy little find. I have got 2 absolute bangers, actually. So this Aston Martin. So Aston Martin are an amazing British sports car manufacturer, but in the last few years they've gone back to Formula 1, and they have got an absolute beauty at the minute of a car because it's doing rather well. So there's a lot of following at the moment for Aston Martin. Fernando Alonso has moved to the Aston Martin team, and he is absolutely smashing it at the moment. So he's doing really well. Aston Martin, I think, are second in the F1 Championship at the minute. So because of the additional eyes on the brand and on the F1 team, it should mean that I can do well off of a team kit jacket. So paid 15. Looks like they go for between sort of 85 and 120 quid. So yeah, decent money to be made there. And what else we got? Oh, I thought I got 2 things. Thought I had one more. I took a punt on this one. So Crossword Solver. I only paid £1. This is a Franklin Collins Bradford Crossword Solver. Paid £1. I've tested it. It is working. The reason I bought this was I've seen a couple of resellers recently who have picked up crossword machines and made in the hundreds from them. This is not one of them. The ones that seem to go for an awful lot are ones made by Seiko, the watch manufacturer. I I was in a rush. I couldn't check on my phone because I thought, oh, I might miss it, and then asked how much it was. When he said £1, it's not worth me mucking about. I'll buy it at £1. If it was a decent profit, great. If not, it's not the end of the world. I am doing my best not to pick up things in an uneducated way, but for £1 out, the risk is low. And if it isn't worth my time to list it, I'll just charity shop it for £1. But this looks like they go for £20 to £25. It's actually very, very quick listing. It's got its instructions with it, a couple of photos of the front with it showing with the screen working, etc. Back, show that it's all clean and working. But yeah, if that goes for 20-25 quid, it's not the sort of profit I would normally want to make, but it's pretty bloody good. The percentages are good on that. Now, this is the last of my little Willers, and I can't believe this was still there. So I've not been hitting the car boots as early as normal. So over the last few years, I would tend to try and be there before 6 o'clock. This year, because I'm not so, because I've had promotion at work, I'm not so reliant on my reselling as a significant part of my income anymore. It's sort of much more of an extra, so I don't have to turn up as early as I used to. So I'm now rocking up at about 7 o'clock. Still early, but I'm certainly way down the list of people picking through the bits and pieces at the boot sale. So I was very, very surprised to see this at 7:30 on Sunday. Okay, looks nothing. This brand is what you're after. Billingham. Billingham are a traditional camera bag maker, and they have been making basically the pinnacle of quality camera bags for many, many years. This is a nice padded bag. You've got a little pouch in the front. These are waterproof, not wax, sorry, but they're padded bags. And this one, brand new. It looks virtually brand new. There is not a mark on it. I cannot see that it's ever been used, and I genuinely wonder whether the seller knew what they had. Actually, I've just realised I've got another item I bought from the same seller. So yeah, this Billingham bag, brand new, would have been about £160. He'd said, oh, I wanted 10 for it, but I've not had any interest. Does 8 work for you? Like, yep, it does. These sell second hand for £100, 90 to £110. So £8 out for 90 to 110. That's an absolute winner. So yeah, really, really happy with that. I've had a Billingham bag before, and it's just a well-known quality brand. And from the same people, I bought this. I brought this because I thought I quite like having a decent sized brolly, and I haven't got one with a hook. Sometimes it's nice when you're walking about to have it hooked over your arm if you're carrying a load of stuff. Now, that company there, Bremont, so it says Bremont Chronometer. Bremont are a very high-end watch manufacturer. So think of your Breitlings, your Tag Heuers, your Omegas, that sort of level. And so this is the same people who sold the Billingham bag that isn't used, and they only wanted £2 for this. Now, I couldn't see any used ones on eBay for sale, but the only reason I was thinking I bought it was, I bought that, but then I'm now thinking again, do I sell it? There were no comps available, but I've been looking at, I've been saving up for a watch for long time. I've been putting around £25 a month into a watch fund that I haven't touched for something like 9 years now. So it's building and building and building. And I went into Tag Heuer a little while ago, and I was asking about some of the watches, trying them on, realising that I didn't really have the budget for what I wanted. But what was interesting was I asked, the car boot haggler in me wanted to see what the options were. So I said, are these prices fixed? And the bloke looked a little bit sheepish and said, he looked like he was quite young and maybe inexperienced. He said, I can only give you 5% off. Any more than that and I need to get authorization from head office. So if you're ever going to get yourself a brand new Tag Heuer, know that you can go into an official Tag Heuer shop and get 5% off immediately. But if you're, if they're trying to get their targets, you might be able to get more than 5% off. And then I said, well, 5%, is that okay? Right. And I acted like I said, oh right, okay, is that all? And he's like, oh, but we do have some Tag Heuer umbrellas and caps and notebooks, so I guess I could throw one each of those in if you were looking to buy this watch. And I thought, I need to have a think about it. Walked off. Went and had a look. Tag Heuer umbrellas. Go and have a look on eBay. I can't remember the prices off the top of my head, but I'm sure they were sort of 50, 60, 70 quid for an umbrella. So that's why when I saw this, I thought, Bremont, expensive watch company. Then I thought of the Tag Heuer umbrellas for 50, 60, 70 quid upwards. And that just sort of made me think £2, that is an absolute bargain. But that might well be a keeper for me because it's just a decent quality umbrella, and £2 for a really, really well made. So maybe that is a keeper, that one. But yeah, that was not a bad couple of mornings there. As I said, I'm not going mad. There was loads and loads of stuff that I left there. There was a lot of money I left on the table, but my thoughts are, I have so much unlisted stock. Even being picky, I've still bought a fair chunk of stuff that I didn't really need, but it's all relatively decent profit. So yeah, I will crack on. Again, if you haven't donated and you are able to, please check out the link. There'll be a link in the description. It is all going for a very, very good cause, so if you are able to donate, that would be greatly appreciated, and thank you so much to everyone who has already generously donated. And the walk is the 7th of July, so I'll be doing 20k walk in Lee Valley, which is just north of London. So yeah, all good. Right, I'll do a catch up again whenever I can. But other than that, I'll have to shoot off. So have yourselves a great weekend. I shall see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.